G'day, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Isabelle, and in this video you will see rubber and steel versus us in the Outback workshop.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to help us out, please like and subscribe and enjoy.
So I did the Drivebelt in the single cab Landcruiser yesterday. I thought I'll just check out the dual cab, see how that one's gone. And look at that, it's actually completely snapped. So Woodsy and Shaney came back from Alice yesterday and I'm so surprised that didn't let go. Anyway, we've got Freshie there. Nice fresh Drivebelt. I'll take off the old one and fit up the new one. I've obviously drawn the configuration. So this here in the Drivebelt isn't normal behaviour. There's obviously something caught in a pulley that's caused this amount of wear. And upon further inspection, there's the culprit right there, that rock sitting on top of that pulley. So I'll give that a clean out, remove all the debris, and then fit up the new Drivebelt.
That there is the problem. That there could disable your whole car.
If only it was Opal.
So we just had a gentleman show up with a complaint of an alternator noise going. He said it's knackered. Have a look at it, it's wild. Alternators, very common out here. Have a go at this one. I've never seen one that bad, ever. We will be getting one from Alice. Belt's knackered as well. Got the big Prado in for the alternator job. Those guys have gone into Alice yesterday, and they're coming back tonight. So they're expected to get here at about 6 p.m. So I'm going to take the battery out so it'll be heaps easier to get my hands in to get that out. We've got that bolt there, and there's one down there as well. Oh yeah, here we go. One alternator. Knackered. So the story with the alternator is it only failed about 5-10 kilometers out from here. They could hear it failing, so they thought they'd try and get here as quickly as they can, but anyway, it failed a few k's out, so it's been running without any charge, and we've started and stopped it a few times. So got the battery on charge for them, getting all that nice and charged up, so when we fit it back in, starts perfectly fine, and the battery's in tip-top shape as well. All right, so it's about 5:30ish, and they've the people have finally come back with the part. All right, very newy. Just cleaning the bolts up, you know. Clean bolts, easy job. Come on, start, you bastard. Alrighty, so I've got the orientation of the belt. Time to put the belt on now. Isabelle warned me that it was quite challenging, so we'll see how we go. Guts, mate, see how it goes.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Be quick to turn it off if I say something.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Right, so we've got another job in. We've got a Defender out there that has a broken shock. Broke straight off the mount there. There's that part there. It's a little bit weak, to be honest. The welds aren't that great, but anyway, he's 1,000 k's old, and this is the second set recently as well. Maybe you Land Rover guys know what sort of shock you need to run, but we've got a Hilux front strut that is the exact same length and everything, so we're going to be running that one there. It's actually way more stout on the bottom there, but this metal shim here has to be drilled out to 18.8. The shaft on the Defender is 18.7, and I've got a drill bit that's 18.89. So it's going to be tight fit, but it should be all right. I reckon that's going to suit him. We're almost done. Keeping it cool so the rubber doesn't melt.
It's not a bad idea.
Alright, let's go see if it fits on the car. It's a rear shock on a 110 Defender. Keeps going through them, very odd, I don't know why. But anyway, hopefully this is it. So it was almost a fit. So we're back in the shed, just drilled it out just a smidge more, ran the drill just through a bit more time, so this will be it. Round 2. Right, it's all bloody aluminium, this thing. Oh,
look at that.
like I bloody bought one.
Like a glove.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Alrighty, that's tightened up, that's in. That's a bloody perfect fit. That's way more stout. Anyway, another one to finish off the day.
Alrighty, we have a few jobs on today. Well, me, because I don't know where Jeremy's gone. But we have this Hilux here. She's got a puncture that I have to fix, put a patch on that. So here these bolts are rubbing on this gas strut as she opens up her tent. So she wants me to cut them off with an angle grinder. That will be an easy job. I'll start with the tyre first and work our way through. Jeremy's on the awning job.
Little modifications.
Yeah.
So we've got this rooftop tent and awning. Those bolts there are hitting that. I'm just going to cut those off nice and flush so they can open nice and easy. So the trick when you're cutting bolts is to wind a nut on the thread. So when you cut it off, you unwind the bolt, and then that kind of cleans the thread up a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
So I've just die grinded that. And now I'm going to chuck this cement stuff on, because then these guys can get on their way to the Simpson Desert so they can go to Birdsville. That's one of the main reasons why people come here to Mount Dare, is to go to the desert, get their last bit of fuel. But the Mount Dare Hotel, there is so much to see around here. You know, if you come to Mount Dare, you can go see Old Andado, which is north on the Bins track. You've got the Lambert Centre, Fink, Old Gann. South you've got Ring of Waterhole, Bloods Creek. It's worth a visit for the pub itself. Bada bing, bada boom. Want a tyre, bring it to the workshop, piece pierce.
So we've all decided to do the Mount Dare flex off. So we're going to see what car has the most flex in Mount Dare.
First up, we've got the single cab. Oh, there we go.
Mount Dare rig. That's pretty good. We're gonna have a run for our money, I reckon.
Mount Dare flex off. Ooh. Not bad, not bad.
That wasn't much.
I thought it was going to be a hard second, but...
Got the big flex monster, N70. Look at it go. Hey, down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. Ooh, ooh.
We've got Mick in the 105.
Above Sarah, above Jezza.
Stop it.
Above the 79.
Whoa! Don't drop it.
Oh, there it is. Far out, can't even reach it.
Good luck, James.
Yeah.
Lost for words there, mate.
Bit speechless at the moment. Nah, we got it in the bag.
We're getting revved up now.
Bang on with the 79. Bang on.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah. Look, well, you know, can't all be winners.
Alright, so I've got the big Mount Dare dual cab in, and it's getting some new front shocks. I've taken it out twice on recoveries and I've noticed a bit of a front bouncing like this all the time. I think it needs new shocks. Luckily we've got a set. Got a couple of big boys over here, so we'll be fitting them up. That's what it's got now. They've been in there for quite a few years, but I'll show you a bit of a test you can do. I'm going to rock the car from the door, and once you rock it, it should only bounce one or twice and then stop. And let go. I'm going to take the shock off, but they've been on for quite a while, so they're a bit rusty. do the bottom shocks now. The hole is all elongated. You see what's been wearing through there. Anyway, the new one comes with all of it. So we'll get that all fixed. And now we'll pull straight out. Beautiful. Alright, the front shocks are in the big dual cab. Now I'm going to go for a test drive and see the difference. Go for a test drive, see if it's any better. It's less floaty like this. All done and dusted. Big girl's gonna be riding smooth. Alrighty, something different today. We've traded 4 wheels for 2. He's broken his sidestep and he's just about to go into the desert, and if anyone who's done the desert knows there's nothing to really land a bike on to camp at night, so we're just going to weld that up for him. Here we go. Looks like it's had a decent go before at it. So the plan we've got is obviously straighten that out, and it needs to be straightened. I might put a little bit of bracing on the side here, absolutely grind off all this dog's breakfast first, and go from there. Bit of a quick clothes change, so I'm actually in the appropriate grinding attire. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so she was only holding with hopes and dreams on that one. Just got to get the configuration before I start sticking the metal together. That way, and there. Oh, this might be the final one. Here we go. That's good. Just made it all nice and strong again for you, so get all this in and we're good to go.
So we've got a few jobs on today for the 79. The list keeps on growing. So we've got some Panhard bushes and some genuine high tensile bolts to suit. It's got a really bad clunk in the front end still.
Here's the culprit of some of the movement, or probably a lot of it. Heaps of movement. Look at that. This side up here is not that much better, to be honest. Oh, look at that, that's heaps of movement. These cars live off-road the whole life, so you don't really feel the Panhard shake. So on the highway, you'd probably notice this car be shaking in the front like this. On the dirt, you don't really feel that because the steering wheel's always doing this. We'll get these replaced. Knackered.
Yeah, it's good we've got some genuine ones of those.
Yeah.
It's a nice bit of makeshift steel though. Bada bing.
Bada bing. This is boss approved. He said I could do this. So don't worry, guys.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It could just explode. Under pressure.
I tell you what you do now. You get a flame torch, and then you heat one side of the Panhard, and that expands it and makes it easier to come out. It just helps it expand one side a bit quicker. I hate using presses because sometimes you do nothing, then a bang! It scares the shit out of me.
Alright, I want to do the other side.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the guns on it.
There you go, I'm not scared of the press anymore.
I still am.
Piece.
Boom. God, let there be light.
I know, right? We're working in the dark ages then.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Done.
Done. Hey, can you please come over here and push on the body of the car? Beautiful, thank you. There should be a lot of that movement eliminated now, I reckon. Beautiful. Something different, something's broken. We've got a spare wheel holder off a caravan. It's all cracked. I'm gonna try and weld it up, reinforce it, because we don't want to just make something how it was. We want to make it better out here because they've still got to get out. So I've got a few ideas going with this one, but I'm gonna see if I can straighten it first without breaking it. I don't think a t-shirt is going to be the best thing to weld in. That should hold in place for me. Ow, that's hot. Like I was saying before, we don't want things leaving the same. We want them to leave better because they broke. I'm going to put this bit of metal here on like that. Weld it around there. Weld it through there. That should strengthen it. That's the idea. At least that'll give it a bit extra welds from that surface there to there, so at least it might stop vibrating. Don't know, sounds like a good idea. Gonna do it. More material the better. Nothing a bit of paint can't hide. It's a welding day sort of day today. Just done the caravan spare wheel holder. We've got a couple of brackets on this Triton that are broken off just here on his bash plate. Now the gentleman was saying that this is actually kind of a common problem, so I don't know if you guys have got anyone watching that's got a Triton, maybe have a squiz at this, maybe see if you can beef it up. I don't know, still looking at how I'm going to beef this up. Anyway, if you've got a Triton, have a look at these little brackets. Anti-zapper on. Magnet hold it there. There we go. A little bit of anti-corrosion paint on it. I'll probably do a little bit more on that side, a little bit more on that side, but they only have two little tack welds almost on each side. So I've joined it up at the bottom here. Bit of copper C's for his bash plates. That's on. Beautiful. All Dunskies. Old 90 series Prado in. Big V6. Not a bad old bus, but one of his lower control arm on the rear have lost a bolt. So we've got to find a nut for that. We've got heaps of nuts here. We should find something for him. So, gentleman must have been doing some pre-checks and he noticed that bolt there. Tyre wired that up. See? Good old fencing wire. Great stuff. Let's have a general check over as well. That is loose. So he's had these replaced, I reckon, recently. And they just haven't done them tight enough, unfortunately. So we'll cut all this tyre wire off first. Done a good job. We'll take this over to the bolt containers now. This one. Big. There we go, got a newie. So we've got a bit of dirt and crud on this bolt here. So we're just going to clean it up. Put it through. Oh, Jesus. Just going to check his front suspension as well. A little bit in that one, that's not too bad.
Little knock on the steering.
Yeah?
But nothing too shocking. I can just feel it a little bit.
It's just this tyre rod end.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So the 90 series Prado here, really good condition.
It is very good. It's good. He came to the workshop and got some stuff sorted.
Yeah, it was just a little nut and an hour's look around. You know, nice simple.
Now he's on his way.
So when we were working him out there in 2022, I pulled out a Landcruiser going towards Dalhousie. He ran off the road, blew his front suspension out, ripped his diff apart, and that gentleman was called Paddy. And Paddy is back here in 24, new car, doing the desert again, so the crash didn't actually scare him off, which is great. He's that big girl. But unfortunately, he's having some tyre issues. He's done 2 tyres, he's done a rim. Right, so I've got the big Jeep in. I'm going to rip his tyre off, and I'll take that tyre off and then we'll go from there. Bloody soft. Knackered. He's also said he's had a complaint of really bad knocking and bad steering. Holy shit. So we've got to take this tyre off and put it on that rim, because this one is being repaired already. Look at that. It's cracked. 20s aren't good for out in the bush, I must admit.
So the problem is it starts to seal.
Yeah.
So we have to push this down and de-seal it, and then that's it on. Yeah.
Maybe. Give it a red hot go. Okay, that's it. Anyway, we've got Paddy's tyres all back on. We've just got one of the rims over there just sitting over. It's got a slight crack, but it's just going to be a complete spare. Emergency only, run it on the rim with a tyre on it. That's about all it's going to be, but he's all done. Good to see the first crash didn't scare him off and he's back again. It's really good to see that. Alrighty, so I'm back on the single cab fix. Isabelle's doing a few things to the big girl over there. I've seen this like this for a while now. It's the brake proportioning valve. I'm going to make a new bracket. That's maximum travel, so yeah, probably about there. It absolutely gets hammered. Look at all this. You can see it's been fixed a few times before, so we might have to make a heavy duty one. Just cut it off there, then we can put a bolt straight through it like that. I've got some 5mm plate here that we're going to cut up. It's a little bit industrial, but you know, things have got to be strong out here. So we'll cut that up, measure it all up, get a piece in there, and then we'll figure it out. Get this all cut up. It's only rough guesstimates. Almost done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find some steel to go from like in here into in here, and that will then brace that, so when we get big rocks hitting it, it shouldn't crack or bend. That's the bracket, that's stout as. I reckon you could winch off that. That's all sorted, so we'll mount this back into the diff now. So you may be wondering why I'm going through all this effort to make such a bracket for this vehicle. What this does is they call it a brake proportioning valve, which is that up there. Now this is an old non-ABS model. What this proportioning valve does is it allows more or less power to the brakes. Now when the car's squatted and fully loaded, this arm goes up like this, and that allows more brake pressure to be allowed to the rear drums. And when it's unloaded, it doesn't need so much brake, so this comes down and allows less rear brakes. Now with it broken like this, if you put hundreds of kilos or a ton in the back of this thing, it's not going to have correct brake proportioning from the front to rear. So that's why I'm going through all this effort to do this. Put this behind the armor plate, and that should keep that nice and protected. Beautiful. That's it. This has been on the to-do list for a while. I've just never had the time, this year at least. So got a bit of a rig in today. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the bloody suspension underneath this thing. Change his rear diff oil. 80/90, there's no lockers or anything, nothing special. Here's a little tip for soon-to-be mechanics, or want-to-be mechanics. Always undo the filler cap first. Undone the drain, happy days, thinking they can get this filler out, and the filler's been the nightmare. So always undo the filler plug first. Very important. Big dog diffs. That's this big rig done, but I'd love to hear it from you guys. Do you reckon these trucks are too big? Are they not big enough? Are they capable, not capable? I don't know.
Last day at Mount Day, and this morning I have a tyre straight up. Here we go, I found it. Sidewall, bugger. You can't repair sidewalls. A little bit of stick went in there. This is a tyre replacement. So we've got the Knackered tyre and we have a brand new tyre. Oh, you beauty. Last tyre of Mount Dare. Woo!
So today I'm working on the heart of Mount Dare. I'm working on one of the generators. So we've got 2 generators, and one of them has sprung a leak on the water pump. I think one of the bearings have let go. There's a heap of plane and all that. And I thought I'd show you guys a water pump on a generator. You can see all the coolant that's come out. I gave it a clean down. I've put some radiator flush in the radiator as well. We're going to start pulling it apart. So I'll take this belt off now too. Remove this shroud which is held in my fear box. I'm just going to have to remove this pipe here, and then that shroud should be able to come out from there. So just a couple of hose clamps. Alright, here we go. Alright. Now I'm going to clean up all the nuts and bolts and the parts wash. Alright, so Kel showed up in the afternoon. It's about 4:30 or something like that. And we've got the water pump. So let's put it all back together. It's pretty right to me. I've got most of it back together now, so all I have to do is fill it with coolant water. Right, I guess we'll start it up now.